Okay, I think we're done making this mold. I'm just going to go ahead and peel it off. Probably the time elapsed since I started this has been, maybe like around 9 days, so this takes a little while. But I'm going to go and just work this off. Here. There we have it. Like I say, you got a little bit of a bleed under of the rubber. That's not a big deal. I can take my X-Acto knife and just cut some of the excess away, like that. More importantly, I'm going to try casting first bridge abutment. So I'm just going to work this gently off here. Just like that. Get this mold out, this die out, excuse me. Work it off. Yeah. There. Got ourselves a little, got ourselves a mold now. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix some of the, some plaster together and pour the first casting. And we'll see how this thing turns out. Alright, a little bit of water here. And I'm going to mix some plaster in. Make it the consistency of pancake batter. That will suffice. Let's go ahead and pour a little bit. Pour it in the mold. Jiggle the mold. Get this to go into all the crevices, crannies, and plus it helps release some of the bubbles, gets them to rise to the surface. Pour more in. Jiggle it a little bit. I think this will probably do the trick. There. Okay. Go ahead and let this set and pop it out and see what we got. Alright, gently take this out of the mold. You might think, okay, what's the big deal now? I can't really see any of the woodboard detail in here. I mean, I can see it from my perspective, but I'm going to go ahead and dry this out first and put a little paint on it, and you'll kind of see the magic happen. So, alright, I've given this a little time in the microwave. You can microwave your castings as long as you use it on defrost and have the power settings to low, and do it in 3 minutes at a time. At least that's what the instructions say on this particular plaster Paris. So this is the casting here, and as you notice, it's probably kind of hard to see some of the detail on there that I was talking about, the individual wood boards. I can see it up close, but probably have trouble seeing in the camera, so I'm going to just put a little concrete paint on here. Just a little bit of color on there. show you next will help you to see some of the detail in here. Okay, gonna let this dry, and now I'm going to, it's probably still kind of hard to see the detail from there, so I'm going to put a little bit of the dark O'Brien powder on here, probably a bit an excessive amount, but just so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. Probably a bit excessive, but you can kind of get an idea. Now you can see the grain patterns I was telling you about from the mold, as though this thing had been cast using boards. Okay. Hopefully that's a little bit easier to see. Yeah, I can probably do. Spit on there, wet it off. Wipe it off a little bit. That's a bit too much powder on there. There, maybe this will kind of help you see what's going on. Oh yeah. This close-up will help. So you can see the individual boards. What's neat about this latex rubber compound is that it captures every detail of your die. And when you cast your part, that detail will transfer over. So probably a little bit too much weathering on there. But it kind of gives you the idea of what you can do when you try to cast your own parts. And this is just a very simple die and mold I made. See, now I can take this piece of concrete and cut it down, probably sand it down to size to fit whatever shape I want, whatever nook or cranny I want to put this into. So over in the river scene, cut it down in height, cut it down in width, cut angles on it, or if I wanted to, I suppose butt two pieces together, cut it at an angle, and butt them together. That would be kind of tricky because of the fragility of the plaster, and then maybe if you want to do that, you want to go with hydrocal, because that's, if we understand, hydrocal is a bit more sturdy.